Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's John and the birthday girl, Jenna, and it's her 21st birthday today. So, so thank you guys for hanging out with us today. There's a lot of you guys that are here early. That's awesome. And before we begin, just simply, if you're with us today in the live stream, please make your presence known. Comment. Any questions you have, or if you have an answer to someone's question, please put it in the chat. If you're watching this after the fact, I get it. Sometimes we just can't make the live, or sometimes you just prefer to watch this later or listen to it later while you work. Hit that like button either way. I'd certainly appreciate it. It helps the algorithm, know that this is a half decent. I like to think it's a half decent live stream. So if you guys can do that, I'd certainly appreciate it. Today, just kind of thinking about, and I saw e-commerce bites put something out on this, but I received an offer was yesterday, and part of the offer told me that this buyer has been selected to provide instant payment. So that was an incentive. It was sort of a kind of a borderline offer. I accepted the offer, and I noticed within like 5, 10, 15 minutes, I'm like, well, why hasn't this been paid for? And of course, I went in, I sent an invoice, and they paid the next day, thankfully. But, we went from last year, I think it was like March, April, when they were doing the spring update, saying, okay, we're going to implement this. And I think there's a misconception, though, real quick, that certain sellers have this and not other sellers. It's not linked to the seller. It's linked to the buyer. So some buyers are set up this way. Don't know who or how they figured out or determined the initial buyers last year who were supposed to be in this program. But whenever they were to make an offer on one of our items and we accept it, it's supposed to charge that account. And as the summer went on, and of course, they kicked the can, and they said the end of the year, they were going to have everyone into this program. Now, it just so seems to me that they've backtracked almost to the point where, and I heard on another channel where eBay is sort of changing their mind on this, where they don't want to upset the buyers. They don't want to force the buyers to pay, right? When they're used to that layaway program we talked about. So they're going to get a good deal, and they're going to get the 4 days before you can cancel when you determine that they're a deadbeat buyer. And that's just the way it is. And it seems that they have backtracked on this, because if they're no longer enforcing the ones that they set up for this program, well, I think there's a lot of things, there's a lot of glitches on eBay, but I think this is no accident. I wouldn't be surprised if this program is scrapped and it goes away back to what it was. And it just is maddening, because I mean, you've got for years, Poshmark, Mercari, they've been able to do this seamlessly. And I don't understand why is eBay losing that many buyers, where they are so paranoid and worried that if they keep implementing things that actually benefit a seller once in a while, that they're going to drive people away. So that's my rant, but that's my information out there, and other people have noticed it, and there's posts and things like that. Put your comments down below or in the chat if you guys have experienced this as well. But you know what? At this point, my layaway department's open, and that's just the way it's going to be. And I'm just going to accept it. And
I think we don't have a choice but to accept it.
Right. It's the whole thing that I talk about change. You got to accept change. You got to stop resisting change. And I guess it can be perceived that I'm resisting change every time I get on here and, for the lack of a better term, bitch about it. But you know what? The thing is, it's not only me bitching about it, it's also reporting to you guys what I see as a seller, in hopes that maybe I'm not the only one. So that's my little diatribe for today. It only took me like 5 minutes, so that's pretty awesome.
I think that's a new record. 4 minutes, actually.
Yeah, I'm making progress.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, guys.
I'm the 4-minute man. So
stop. We're not going off the rails.
We are not going off the rails. It's your birthday. You're too old for this. Prosser's in the house. Actually, we got a lot of you guys that were early. So we got Prosser. Tyler's trading post is in the house. Damon D Big Dog is in the house. Damian D. So that's kind of close. Hope you guys you guys have the very similar name and posting around the same time.
Not in Florida.
Yeah. Well, one is.
I know.
Let's see. We got Mad Hatter's Boutique.
Oh, cute
name. Kevin Hawthorne. He's in Florida. He's in Lakeland, Florida. We have Victor Wawiorka. Who's your pick? Fireball Flippers. Fireball Flippers. That's
I love
a new
that.
No One Design, as always. Wanda Greer, Michael Biddle, Biscuit Butt Archie, Leonard Kosakowski. I think I got that right. Anytime Picker, Jovial Juggler, the one and only, the great Tommy Bernard podcast. He pulled that crap on me at the end of the last video. We're gonna have to talk to him about that. Dropped a super chat on me at the end of the video. I appreciate. I don't know if you saw my reply, but thanks guys. It's never certainly not expected on this channel.
It's for my birthday dinner tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna use that on her Happy Meal. That $19.90.
We're going to McDonald's.
That's right. Get that extra fry.
Sales have been a little under.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't going with the sales we've had this week. We ain't going to Sizzler. I tell you that.
Have a Sizzler out here.
Well, some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. That's always a thing growing up when.
Well, we had this conversation before.
Yeah, we're going to Sizzler, but no,
not going to Disneyland.
No, that's for sure. But you can go to the free part of Disneyland, the downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. Hopefully you guys have some questions. That was the only thing I wanted to bring to you today. It was so short, it probably could have been its own little short video. But as Damon, the Big Dog's in the house. Let's see. Process, good morning, afternoon, and night, depending on where in the world you are. Hope you've had a great week. And Prosser wants to know, how's eBay been for you guys this week? I've had an okay week, can't complain. Had a few sales today. One of them was almost 200 pounds alone. Well, let me just tell you this, guys. We made a change to our business. I think I talked about this in the video that I did over the weekend, last weekend. But we took all the items that were under like $19 or whatever plus shipping, and we put it over to our other account. So on that one, I never really cared. It was more about just putting stuff up and just selling it. And to me, that's my clearance aisle. Okay. You got Mercari clearance aisle. When I cross post, you have that secondary store. It's when just things need to go, right? And I've been making sales on that account. Now, of course, just kind of to me, it was kind of a surprise. I don't know why it was a surprise, but I guess I was oblivious to it. But for me, it took me from about 840 listings down to like under 300. That's how many low priced items I still had on this account as compared to the higher $20 and up items. So I'm back over 310, 315, I think. My goal is just to build this main store back up, but with good stuff, good quality ASP. And, it's going to be expected. When you drop your store down in size, you're going to see a reduction in sales. Now, yesterday we had 12 items go out. Today we only had 5 items go out. No Mercari or Poshmark today. So that was just 5 items total. Not the greatest, but I got to tell you, if it wasn't for Posh or Mercari, you'd really hear me up here complaining. Those sites have really kind of helped out right during this. I call it a kind of a transition in this change that we're making in the way we do business. Sometimes you got to take time and take a risk. And I kind of think of it as a risk, even though, you're putting the same items up just in a different store. All approaches are the same, the markdown sale, the coupons, the everything on both stores. And the only thing that I have to do more work, have to monitor both stores and that kind of thing. And that's really going to be the only challenge. But it's just about keeping the flow of merchandise going, keep building the size of my store through the value. And of course, the count. I really don't want to get over 1,000 items in any store. And I'm going to get really upset now. Let's see, what do we do? Oh, geez. Anytime Picker. Happy birthday, Jenna. Tommy asked me if that'll cover McDonald's, Happy Meal, drinks, and Uber ride back home. So you get to go by yourself. Awesome.
Yes.
That actually might make her birthday. That might make her birthday today.
No, it wouldn't. I told him he couldn't work past a certain hour tonight because,
Yeah.
it's my
It's her
birthday and I
birthday.
can say when he stops.
Yeah. So you know me, and it's look, I look at eBay as it's something I look forward to. It's just weird. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm the weird one here. Maybe I shut it down for the night and I go to bed and I'm thinking about eBay like that night, and in the morning I get up, I'm like thinking what I'm going to do. So maybe I'm just the weirdo here, but I enjoy it. So
thank you, friend. We appreciate that.
Let's see
we
here.
are going to dinner tonight.
I have a question for you. Tommy says, did Jenna get her 5-star birthday meal? No, that's tonight. Tonight. I think about 5 minutes before we're done, I'm going to go ahead and dial up the Uber for her to go to McDonald's. So no, she wants Thai food tonight, and I'm not the biggest fan, but it's her birthday, so we're going to make it work. And that kind of thing.
It's just a meal I don't usually get very often. I mean, we have Mexican food and Italian food a lot. And of course, all the different meat meals that John makes, because he's a meat kind of guy. But I like Thai food, and so I think that's what I'm really wanting.
I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what did you get for your birthday?
Oh, you're gonna make me do that?
Yeah,
okay.
Why not?
So for my birthday, I got how do you describe it? John had a song written for me.
Not just written.
Well, written and sang for me. So I don't know how to describe it.
The song was composed, it was sung, and it was produced into an MP3 song for her. There's like services like that are out there where you can choose the artist, the genre, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm a huge country girl, and I love country artists, and they are my favorite. And so it was a country artist singing songs, or singing this song.
Here's the waterfall
for me, and it has. Yeah, I don't want to cry on
so I'll tell you, it was a song that was written unfortunately when she was very young, 12, and her sisters were like 9 or whatever. Her father passed away, the work accident, and it's really kind of stuck with her. I mean, just it's really kind of really affected her over these years. And so I thought it would be kind of cool to have a song written as if it was her father singing it to her, and talking about the the trials and tribulations and how proud he was. And it came out really good. So
yeah.
So yeah, we're pretty happy about that. But that was a unique gift.
Very, very the most special gift I ever have had in my life. So it was very, very thoughtful.
Yeah.
And of course I had to call my sisters, because there's a verse in there talking about my sisters, and it had a lot of personalization in it. I don't know if any of you, nobody probably knows. We have there's things that you can learn about people every day, especially on YouTube, when we're this kind of a close-knit family. I am almost 9 years sober. And so that was part of the song, and talking, it was basically in my dad's words, talking about how proud he is of me. And I could go on and on, but yeah.
And I've got 49 years of sobriety, just so you guys know. So
yes, I used to be a raging alcoholic. So I am almost 9 years sober. So anyway,
doesn't get much deeper than that, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, we got to say thank you to Kim Sharp as well. Thank you for that. So now you can upgrade your fries to large.
I can get a Frosty.
We might be able to get a dozen eggs.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's like a hot commodity.
Those are really expensive nowadays.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering what it's going to be, but what the next thing is going to be in like a year from now. What's going to be that item that's going to be priced like crazy? But we've got a lot of folks here. Mad Hatter's Boutique says, how's your Friday the 13th going? So far, so good.
I was born on Friday the 13th, so it's always been a good day for me.
Let's see. Doing well so far. My eBay is always doing okay, but I sell brand new M&N sports gear, so it's hard to compare to other items. And that's just the thing, you watch these videos and, maybe you're not doing so well and you're selling a certain niche, and whoever you're watching or listening to is telling you, wow, we're killing it. It's just really hard to compare yourself with what they're doing. You got to be very, very careful to not do that to yourself. And I'm not even at the time we started here. So Mad Hatter's Boutique, I never thought about eBay and selling until 2021 when I lost my job due to the pandemic. Since then, I'm glad it's available for us to sell on with the global shipping program and other world sales. It's the best for sure. Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of people complain about eBay, and I get the question asked, where else can I sell instead of eBay? And the answer to that question is, you can sell, cross list all you want, but for me, eBay has the traffic. You can, I think Bonanza. Let's talk about that place for a second. That place, I like the way Bonanza looks. I think it's actually pretty sharp looking the way they have that site set up, but it's like
it just doesn't have the traffic.
It's like a ghost town.
I mean, we've had one sale.
Yeah.
Hey, one sale's one sale.
Yeah. Victor says, happy Friday. Who's your pick says, good evening, everyone. Fireball Flippers, good afternoon, everyone.
I like that name.
I like Fireball.
Well,
you got a little something on your cheek
back in the day, Fireball was it.
Yeah. No Design says, hey John and Jenna, hey y'all, thanks for hanging out with us today, and thanks for joining us on the live that we had yesterday. It was kind of fun.
Our lights went out.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's something different. I guess I didn't charge them up. I actually had them charged up pretty good, and then I used the lights the other day without being charged, and I didn't plug them back in. So it is what it is. Wanda Greer's in the house. Chile, North Carolina is here. Howdy, folks. Michael Biddle from Utah is in the house. Biscuit Butt, happy birthday, Jenna.
Yeah, he texted me earlier.
Okay. Leonard says, liked from New Hampshire. So thanks, Leonard, for hitting that like button. Anytime Pickers. Tommy's not watching, but he hit the like button. But I know he's watching because he have hit it twice, Roman. Jovial Juggler's in the house. Anytime Picker.
Is that Quitters or Quilters Day?
Where?
Jovial.
Oh, happy Quitters Day.
Quitters Day.
I must be nice to quit on Friday. I keep going. Was going to do some yard sales this morning.
A Quitters Day.
No, it's just like, okay, what is today? It's like trying to figure out what the day of the week is around here. See, Biscuit says, Tommy figured out the YouTube algorithm to like without being on. Who's your pick says, I had an offer where eBay said the buyer selected to pay immediately once accepted, but that didn't happen. Yeah. And so that kind of goes into what we're talking about. It's just kind of frustrating. It's sometimes you're going to be more willing to part with something. It's like, okay, cool. This guy's going to pay right away. I'll go ahead and take a couple bucks less than I normally would have on an offer. And then they don't pay. So it's just, it is what it is. Ed's in the house. Hi, John and Jenna.
Hi, Ed.
Raul Solis is in the house. Thanks, Raul. We got Trina is in the house. Birthday girl looking gorgeous as usual. Happy birthday, Jenna. Hope you have fun tonight. Hi, John. At least you said hi to me at some point. CT's Collectibles. Buyers that are in poor standing have to pay immediate. Got info from rep at eBay Open. So buyers in poor standings got to pay, but then they have that designation that they have to pay, and yet they haven't. It's not just me. Others on e-commerce bites, that kind of thing. The Jedi CTs, yeah, that's kind of cool. Who's your pick says, happy birthday, Jenna.
Thank you.
And then the Tommy says they can't afford it. Archie been saying it since the beginning. Immediate pay will destroy eBay's stock price. Yeah, but don't you think that they would forecast this thing like?
I mean, you'd think they want to put it in the budget or something.
So you'd think that they would do something like that, and it's kind of maddening.
I'm sure it can't
Oh,
look
look.
good on them to. Oh,
Jeez, we might get to
come
go to Sizzler
on.
now.
He said, "Happy birthday, Jenna!" And that one cent is to cover Tommy's 1999. You odd number bastard.
Wow, that
Oh
is
my
funny.
God! Thank you guys.
That's funny. Thank
you guys
you.
are too kind. You guys
Yeah,
are funny.
certainly not never expected at all, but thank you. Let's see here. Ricardo is in the house. Like button smashed all the way from Orange County, California. Can't wait to get back to Orange County for some of my Angel games. Can't wait.
Well, you
yeah,
did.
I did.
I didn't go.
Let's see. Leonard says, I send a message to ask if they're still interested in the new item. Please let me know. Like, and yeah, nothing wrong with communication. You're sending the invoice, right? You'd think that they would see it, but I think what may happen is, let's say they're trying to buy your item for $15 and they may not even realize you charge shipping on top of that.
Yeah.
And or they may not even realize there's tax on top of that. And they're like, oh no, I want it for 15.
I
not
gotta go
18.
buy eggs instead.
Yeah, I don't want to pay 25 because of shipping. I want to pay 15. I don't care about the tax. I don't want to have to pay that. And they that's my theory on it. Why would someone go through the trouble of making an offer anyway and not paying when they know they're set up to make immediate payment? Yeah. Julie Powell is in the house. Hello from West Texas, watching you while making fish tacos for dinner.
Yummy.
Fish tacos.
Those sound good too.
Mad Hatter's Boutique says, I give people 3 to 4 days, send a reminder message. If no response, I send a second reminder email. And after that, I cancel order and relist. Nothing else to do. And chances are others will buy it at full price.
Exactly. That's usually what happens for us.
And I know Archie one time had said, you know what, after 2 days, I'm listing it. And then he had someone buy that item after he relisted it. And the other buyer went in like before the 4th day and paid. Put him in a heck of a position. Let's see. We got Gail in the house. Hello from Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah.
I still don't understand why you guys don't.
Missouri.
Why you say that? Say it that way.
My dad's side of the family is from Missouri.
It's
YouTube user says, traveling thrifts from Arkansas. Hey, Arkansas. I don't know the Arkansas twang, but Ricardo says, if I make an offer to other eBay sellers, eBay is requiring me to provide a credit card number. Those lucky eBay sellers are receiving immediate payment from this eBayer. So are you someone just said it was because there's a buyers in bad standing. Are you a buyer in bad standing? I don't think you would be, but let's see. Kim says, hello, everyone from Jacksonville. Which Jacksonville? There's Jacksonville, North Carolina. There's Jacksonville, Florida. There's probably one or two more. There's a few more. Yep. Jacksonville, Mississippi.
Is there Jacksonville?
I don't know about that.
I don't know why it rings.
Okay. Okay.
We've lost our what is it?
Our mind.
Our geography.
Yeah. Kate Pickram says, hey, all, glad to catch you live. Thanks, Kate, for hanging out with us.
Kate.
Art Betzold, anyone else having problems with eBay changing shipping? You know what? I've had that issue off and on when I actually set up a draft in the app, right? And then I go to list it on the PC. I'm ready to go, just making sure everything's formatted properly. And then before I launch it, I'm like, well, who the heck put $6.99 on this? This thing's £3, So it's, it's just, it's maddening, but you just got to make sure, double check before you launch those things. Eddie says, yeah, you're 100% right. We just have to roll with the punches and move forward. Yeah, you can't control it. I mean, eBay, they claim to want our feedback, right? But I'm sure they've heard enough from too many sellers that, hey, when is this going to happen? And the problem I have is, don't promise something to anyone, let alone sellers, that you're implementing this and then decide, well, it's going to hurt our stock prices, if we implement that, or we're going to lose more buyers, because that's their fear. They're going to lose more buyers, and then it's going to be reported, and it's not going to make them look very good. But it is what it is. I mean, at some point, if every site like Mercari, Poshmark, Amazon, and then eBay gets on board with immediate payment, where are they going to go to buy their stuff anyway? They're just not. They're going to have to, figure out where they're going to go. But I don't think it's going to push that many people away from buying if they have to pay, rather than just putting stuff on layaway randomly. Mad Hatter's Boutique, all you can eat spots in the 90s had much better food quality than today's bummers. I love Shoney's, Golden Corral, Sizzler, and others. Yeah, Sizzler was the place, man.
Sizzler used to be. That was when, when Dad got paid, we would go have all you can eat fried shrimp.
Yeah, we in high school, with me and my best friend from high school, we would make it a point to every so often go to Sizzler, and we were in the seniors in high school, and we tried to get the senior discount, but we could never get it. So, and then here I am, very close to getting the senior discount. So
you could get it now.
No, I can't.
Well,
no, don't do that. I'm on the right side of 50.
Very soon.
Thomas says $20 don't go far nowadays. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Not. We might be able to get some ramen.
My mom lives in California, and she just said she went and got an 18 pack of eggs, or a 18 whatever of eggs, and it was carton $10.99 for 18 eggs. $10.99, and she had to buy my stepdad, he's on a health kick right now, so he eats a lot of eggs, and so they bought 2, and she's like, $20 for eggs? This is insane.
Yeah, well, he's also freaking out about his gas bill going up.
Yes, his gas bill. He's like, it's $250, and I don't even run the heat. Yeah, so I was like,
California.
Okay, gotta go, guys.
Purple Cactus Sales says, hello, just made the chat. You're the best. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, Purple Cactus Sales. I appreciate it. No one designs at $20. The rate of inflation is about $3.50.
$3.50. Isn't that the truth?
Let's see. Carol C, look how beautiful Jenna looks today.
Aw, thank you.
I call her war paint, but she gets mad at me when I say that. Chris Wiley says, hey friends, hi everyone. Thanks, Chris, for hanging out with us today. Who's your pick says, I sell sports cards to, oops, I just lost my place, and had for the first time the buyer's post office add another 39 cents to the standard envelope. No idea why. They wrote on the envelope it was less than an ounce, luckily. Wow, that's, well, you can't really do anything about it. You can't, I don't know of any way you can dispute when they come back and try to say that you underweighed or didn't give enough dimension to your item. I think it's a bunch of BS, but maybe another package was on the scale or something that caused it to be heavier. Purple Cactus Sales, yep, we use Mercari for clearance items, cheap and repaired items. Yeah, just great. They have 3 days. If in a week it breaks, that's on them. Mark Suddick says, good evening. You and Jenna, you are the best on YouTube about flinging a very happy couple, I assume. It's funny. Thank you. We had somebody that actually a few lives back put cringe couple. I was like, what the hell is that?
I was so offended, but then I'm like, yeah, there's going to be trolls.
They're probably watching right now.
But you know what? I don't give a
rats
whatever they think.
Yeah. Let's see. So we have BXX32 had a return request in January 5th, and eBay gave me until January 10th to act before seller could step in. On January 8th, buyer decided he wanted to keep the item. He didn't know how to cancel. Wow. Well, there's a way to cancel, and a lot of buyers are afraid to hit that button to cancel the return request because they can't select a return request option again once they've canceled the return request. It thing drives me crazy when they open a return. They have like 35 days to return it, and they never return it because they changed their mind. Yeah. And for some sellers, that's money that's just stuck. That money's on hold. Thankfully, they don't do that to us. After you've established your account for a while, you don't have to worry about money being put on hold. But for the sellers that have to, it sucks.
Oh. She said the buyer knew it was wrong. The PO screwed up.
Oh, okay. Tommy says, I took out over 200 items last year and sales went through the roof. All that wasted traffic was able to be used on good items. So that's the goal, right? The goal is to get rid of trim the fat, right? And we've done that. And it's, I don't know, maybe there's a shock to the store. It's not really done great.
Yeah, it was weird because this morning, because I do the shipping in the morning. So I'm like, okay, so how many items do I have to ship on well, we call them my store and your store. Value Trends is his, and I usually work on Hot Desert. Well, he's like, none. And I'm like,
none, no
did
sales.
you just say 0?
None.
And he's like, yeah, there are none. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think it's in his accounts in shock.
Yeah, I think so too. I haven't talked to eBay today about a situation that I wanted to make sure that wasn't going to be a defect on my account, because it was actually kind of treated differently. I had a return where they got a new pair of shoes and they had the tags and everything, and then they sent them back and the shoes are jacked up, and it's like, no. So you did the 50% refund, and then they disputed it through eBay. And it's usually eBay will open a case quickly and then say, okay, no effect on your account, and we've decided to take care of the customer. But for like 2 hours, nothing came through. It says like, we're kind of reviewing this, and I'm like, okay, wait, that's not normal. So I called, and I guess someone dropped the ball and just didn't close the case. But it's just trying to figure out what's going on. I kind of expected that there was going to be a shock to my store, but I'm going to keep listing, keep posting stuff. Was listing all day today, and the thing is, I's got to be good about not forgetting the other account, as far as, and I say forgetting as far as giving it the same activity as my main account, and so there's going to be a daily routine change that I'm making. Let's see. I gave him instructions, and 20 minutes later, got a notification that a case was open against me, and eBay had stepped in and gave him a label on my behalf 2 days before my time to act was up. And I would say this: anytime eBay steps in on your behalf to provide a label or this, that, and the other thing, chances are they're going to hit you with a defect, because their thing is, if they have to take steps to handle it, it's maybe worth the phone call to make sure that, okay, great, you did this for me. I still had 2 days to do it. You guys didn't give me the ample time to do it. And I just want to make sure this is not a defect on me against my account, because one defect isn't going to hurt you, but I have this feeling, I have this theory that, anytime something negative happens, or perceived negative happens to your account, and there'd be many of you, I'm sure Tommy would disagree here too, but I think that any negative thing that happens to your account has some negative influence on the way the algorithm
Even
looks at you.
just a little.
That's just my theory. I've never had great sales or a spurt in sales after something crappy like that's happened. So that's kind of, it's off of really experience, but there's no manual for the algorithm. So I could be just sitting here guessing, which I kind of am, but it's kind of a hypothesis, a educated guess
based on experience and how it's been handled and ran through for all these years.
YouTube user says, can you explain the best way to ship internationally, only doing US at this time? The easiest way to do shipping is to set up your global shipping, and it's, for most of us, it's still set with global shipping. It's still called GSP, where you're sending the item to Erlanger, Kentucky. So you're only responsible to ship to the United States address in Kentucky, right? To their facility there. Once eBay gets your item, they do what they have to do to repackage it or whatever, and slap the label on it, and they ship it to the country in question, and they charge the buyer quite a bit for that service. And that would be if you're just getting into international, that would be the best kind of way to do it. You're covered under seller protection and all that stuff. You can choose to go, eBay has the international standard shipping. You have Pirate Ship as well. I like to use Pirate Ship. It's cheaper than eBay's rates. So if eBay's, charging them $18, it might only cost like 14 or whatever. And you
still get all the tracking and everything like that.
Yeah. And you're still shipping it. You're never finding yourself shipping it to, like, Pakistan or, some country randomly. You're shipping it to their facility. Like, I think they have one in Los Angeles for Pirate Ship, and then they kind of do the same thing that global shipping does for you, and it's a lot cheaper. And the thing is, if your item's priced right, you're going to get people in the United States to buy it. But if your shipping is just too much, it's going to chase people away. So that would be a benefit of having the lower shipping option and not using global shipping. So hopefully that gives you something to work with. Chris Wiley, happy birthday, Jenna. Gail Carson says happy birthday. Ashley Sims says happy birthday.
Thank you.
Tony Resell says hi, everyone.
Hello.
And let's see, Janet Hyder. Okay. Now that FedEx has lowered prices, has anyone gotten any crazy surcharges? Now, that's funny you mentioned that. I just had a meeting with FedEx. I'm not going to blow his name out, but he wanted to go on my channel actually. FedEx, yeah, he's like, I'd be willing to go on your channel. This FedEx, this is his card, but had a meeting, took a bunch of notes about, the services they offer, that kind of thing. My whole issue, and the reason why I may not go with FedEx is because the way I package my stuff, he said there's no way.
A package?
Oh, he knows what I'm talking about. He's not going to be able to waive the charges all the time. The extra, we're talking like up to $18 a piece.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's a sticking point for me. And he had some kind of thing where we can maybe every week I send him an email and he can see what he can do, kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't know what I want to do.
Unless they're going to provide all of the boxes for free, which, that's not going to happen, then it's not going to really work out.
And he told me, look, it has to be cardboard. If you're shipping anything other than cardboard with FedEx, then that's where you're going to get hit with some surcharges. Like we were getting hit like $18 average on surcharges. Now, look, the way we do it, I figure, look, if I'm shipping out with all the platforms, let's say 3,000 packages in a year. Okay. And let's say half of those are not first class, they're just regular boxes. Now we could do one of two things. We could take the box, we can then get another box over it that fits the box, like a double box, right? But that would mean that because we sell so many different things that we'd have to have like 10, 12 different box styles and sizes, and store all that stuff when we have limited space. Plus you're dealing with about $1 a box, right? And the other option is the way we do it. And what we do is we take the retail box, let's say it's a box of something. And what we do is, now there's companies that actually ship this stuff without any pack. They just ship the box and throw the label on it. But we're not doing that because we don't want the box to get banged up. We don't want it to get broken. So we use bubble wrap, put, a few layers of bubble wrap over the whole thing. And then we throw it in a poly bag and then we seal it up. We form fit it to the box. We tape it up so it's form fitted to the box. There's no flaps hanging out. And that works fine. UPS doesn't have a problem with that. But FedEx says that and according to this policy that he gave me, if your box is over 5 inches high, okay, could be any dimension, but if it's over 5 inches high and it's not a box, not cardboard, you're going to hit with that charge. So if it's, he said, if it's 5.1 inches, you're going to get hit with that charge. If it's under 5 inches high, then you're fine. You can use that kind of packaging and they're not going to hit you with that charge. Which makes sense because we're sending all kinds of different size boxes. And I was wondering why some were giving me that charge and some weren't. So maybe that's partially it, but I don't know how you're shipping your items, but not everyone's going to have a dedicated rep. I can email and say, okay, can we remove this? You guys know the videos I did like 2 years ago that it was over $300 in extra fees
way too much
that I never got back. So and if you're selling an item for $15, $10 shipping, you got a good rate with FedEx, and then they slap $18 on it, you're losing money now. Let's see. Purple Fox has a smiley face. Froster says, wait, John, you shut eBay down at night. I never shut it down. It's when I'm in bed. I just never shut down my computer. Hey, look, I'll shut down my computer and I'll be on my phone, or I'll have a bunch of photos that I took.
eBay is always within reach.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Always.
So, when we go somewhere, I'm like, okay, hold on. Let me take some photos so I can make drafts while we're gone. It's just the way I am,
It's just how he rolls.
Let's see. Carol C says, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. God bless you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Carol.
I did the rap version.
You did the rap
yes. version. Amazon Seller 99. Recession is so bad that McDonald's is now considered 5 stars.
Isn't that the truth? Some
days it actually is. Some days you want that nasty burger. I love their Big Macs.
Maybe back in the days when I was hungover.
No. Some days I'll be like, you know what sounds good is a Big Mac. I know I'm not the only one. Tony resells likes Portuguese food. I've never really had Portuguese food.
I have only had, I don't even know what the name of it is, but it's some kind of puffy pastry type thing with stuff inside.
Mark's getting kind of fresh here. He said, "Happy birthday, Jenna. Jonna's a very lucky man. Jenna, you looking fine, not a day over 20 years old." Well, I guess we can't go to the casino tonight.
I guess not.
I guess not.
Thank you, Mark.
Let's see. No one designs a singing telegram. No, it wasn't a singing telegram. That was an actual song.
It was an actual song. Yeah, I had to teach my mom how to play it this morning because she's not tech savvy.
Trina loves Thai. Get a chicken curry. I don't know if I like curry though.
I'm not so much on curry, but I love like pad Thai, shrimp pad Thai, chicken pad Thai, all kinds of different.
Prosser, I would play the song, but I don't know if it's like a copyright thing. I mean, I don't know if they have rights to it, but and I don't want the video to get, or the live stream to get chopped.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Yes, Chris, it was a very beautiful gift.
Tommy said, "Did you use the 80% code I gave you, John, for $5?" It wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't as expensive as you think, but it's pretty decent.
Well, from what he said, it was pretty expensive.
Yeah. Aurora 3 cases. I had my account restricted from 3,000 items to 200 because one buyer opened a false claim. It made me go below standard for about 3 hours. So sad. Thousands of new sealed card boxes I can sell. But now you said 3 hours though, so that's a good thing. But at the end of the day, I'm sure it's going to take a moment to get your account back up to speed once they fix it up. Let's see. Jovial says, "I like Happy National Make All Your Dreams Come True Day. Much better. Happy birthday, Jenna."
Thank you.
Then we need to. Oh yeah. What time is it? Okay. We need to hit up my son in California. They're having that drawing
the
for
lottery.
Yeah, it's her birthday. Perfect.
Oh
Wouldn't it be a perfect story?
Wouldn't that
Send him a text.
The best gift ever?
Tell him I'll send it. Just do $20.
I could afford all the eggs. I could have a whole ranch and have my own eggs.
Yeah, just a few.
I would get fainting goats. I would.
ACDC for Life says, "Happy birthday." Chris Wiley says, "You're bringing tears to my eyes. That's precious." So hopefully you've wiped them by now because it's been a few minutes since I told you about it. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Thank you, Chris. That's very true. Life is not easy.
Ashley says, "Bonanza is a good setup. They just need more traffic. I get a couple sales a month, getting ready to see if I can sell on Whatnot, declared older inventory." You know what? I just keep it's just something that I've not just been motivated to do, is just sell stuff for nothing. I guess if you're just tired of sitting on it, it's time to do it. Maybe you have a death pile. I've had Whatnot for now 7-8 months, and I haven't used it yet. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to consider it here.
What's
going
the
forward.
drawing at?
I think it's at 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
No. What's the total? The dollar.
1.3 billion.
Yeah. I thought it was trillion.
No, that's our no. Wow.
No, that's our U.S. debt.
No, it's much more than that too.
Yeah. True.
Trina says, "Someone's been laundering money through Bonanza for years because they sure don't seem to even try." You're right, though. The site looks nice. Yeah, it's like a mattress firm. Anybody been to a mattress firm and seen that they had nobody there? How do they stay in business? Let's see. Chris Wiley says, "Dang, Jenny, you could afford a huge meal now."
I could afford my Thai food, is what I think. Thank you.
Susan Pantoja. I'm sure that J is silent. "Happy birthday. New to your channel. Love you all already. Thanks for all the info." Thanks, Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you for finding the channel.
Welcome.
And yes, don't be a stranger. Ashley says, "I'm sorry if Mercari can do immediate pay for offers. There's no excuse for eBay. However, it may bring on a slew of false ads for buyer remorse." I really haven't had issues on Mercari though.
No, we haven't had any. So I would probably take that over not having immediate payment.
Thomas says, "eBay reports GMV to Wall Street. It's the biggest scam going. Doesn't matter if buyer pays, cancels, whatever. The fact they hit it, buy it now is what eBay reports." I know you get, sales, right? And they'll even ding you on fees on that sale. before you even get paid on it. And then they're hoping you forget to cancel and just let it time out after 30 days. Eggs are up 52%.
Wow, that's insane.
Fireball Flipper says, I've had buyers who never got a message saying I accepted their offer, so they didn't know to pay. And I wonder if that's maybe the thing. There's times that eBay, I think it was James on his channel, was saying that, he wasn't even getting emails from eBay that there's a return. And for me, how do you know that the buyers aren't getting messages from you? I guess follow up with the buyer, maybe, hours after they agree to buy it. I don't know, but you'd think that they would still know to buy it and finish the process. Much? Just $20 each is cool. I'll pay them back. Can't win unless you get in. So, I'll just throw $20 at the lottery here and see if it's her day or not. Eddie Golden says,
I could really use that kind of luck.
Tuning in from Connecticut. I smashed that like button. Happy birthday, Jenna. Thanks, Eddie.
Thank you, Eddie.
Appreciate you. And let's see. Wanda says, when one makes an offer, they get a note from eBay reminding them that the offer is for the item only before they press the submit button, so the buyer is aware. That's if they read, though. They just don't read all that, which is why they didn't think there was shipping or tax to begin with. Let's see here. Kim Sharp's rooting on the Jaguars. I think they're going to beat the Chargers. You don't have to worry about that. Tommy Bernard podcast says there's a lot of data that is hard to prove, but the claims are eBay has bots to run up GMV. We'll never know. But why else would they want to die on the hill over immediate pay? You're going to have to answer that.
What is GMV?
Truman says, hello from Silsby, Texas, from the Lost in Time Picker.
Silsby.
First time live watch. Y'all keep making them. I'll keep watching. So thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Chris Wiley said, I don't have a shipping off pricing. I run into eBay inserting a weirdly low number to accept automatically. Janet Hayter says, I have a lot of free first class changes show up when I sell similar, maddening. Yeah. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's trying to emulate the listing that you were selling similar off of, because a lot of times I'll piggyback off of someone else's listing because I know that listing is sold. Most of the item specifics are already in there, and that's kind of what I do. But Nature Made in Utah just applied for the Top Seller Plus program. When does it apply to all your items? So Top Seller Plus program, I'm not familiar with that. I know Top Rated Plus is when you're offering free returns. There's many times I'm top rated. Not all my
merchandise value.
Oh, okay. Gross merchandise value. Okay, we'll get to that. But the Top Rated Seller Plus program, I'm not really familiar with. I do know that you qualify for the different tiers based on your performance. So, and the only thing that separates Top Rated from Top Rated Plus is offering free returns. I think I have free returns like a third of my items. And so on some of those items, I'll have the little, Top Rated Plus deal there.
You got it.
I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Tyler's Trading Post says, by the way, I sent the guy that asked me for photos of what I had in stock, and he just left me on read.
Yeah.
Yep.
They usually do.
Biff wants to know, it's lots of fun still have that half-pound hot dog for 99 cents. I don't think so.
I'm sure inflation is in there too.
No. Yeah, I remember those days. Lots of fun had the 99-cent hot dog. That's the little hole in the wall by Circus. They have it used to be they had dollar blackjack and dollar craps and all that. And it's not that. I think it's the minimum's $5. It's a dive, but it's not the cheap dive that it used to be. There used to be a place downtown in Vegas. They'd sell a whole large pizza for $1. $1.
Wow, yeah. Times have really changed.
So none of that cheap stuff in Vegas anymore.
You can't even get an add-on for $1 anymore.
Tommy says, man, when I was dating, if a girl I hadn't met before wanted to go to Golden Corral on the first date, I knew she was at least 4 times bigger than this.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets bad. The whole conversation.
Oh wow! Am I stumbling into something here?
Tommy and Archie, they just go.
Trina says, "I've heard that California energy bills are insane. People plan their laundry and such for later hours, and the rate is cheaper for electricity." Yeah, I'm glad we escaped.
My stepdad was in the background this morning on the phone call, and he's like, he was raging about the gas bill for like, because they don't even run their heater. He goes, look, he goes, my temperature in my house is 61 degrees right now, and my mom's bundled up in like sweaters and a scarf, like very cold, right? Because my stepdad is very, very frugal. He is very cheap. Okay. And he will not run the heater. It doesn't matter what temperature it is. And so he just tells my mom, put more clothes on.
You're going to make her stop cooking now? Stop using the
She
stove.
doesn't cook.
Okay. Jovial Juggler says, I purchased best offer item on eBay last month and never received confirmation and or notice to pay for the item. Well, that's horrible. eBay's got to fix that. And maybe it's broken because they're trying to go back on the whole requirement for payment. A lot of times these companies, they get in there and they fix something or they add an enhancement and it breaks something, and they may not even be aware of it. Yeah. Let's see. Happy YouTube users, happy birthday. Hope it is wonderful. The post office told me they're increasing shipping again soon by 86 cents a package. Wow. Yes. Yeah, it's like 5 to 7%.
Is that something in addition to what we talked about last time?
No, I think it's what we're talking about last time. It's it's in 9 days from now. It's increasing like 5 to 7%, first class and priority mail, that kind of thing. But even talking with the rep at FedEx, he said it's every January all the carriers do it. It's just kind of the thing. Biscuit Butt says, my buddies and I used to randomly prank call until we got teenagers and got dates like that in the early 90s. Wow.
Yeah, they were
I remember
talking
those
about MySpace, Tinder,
it's
a whole thing.
Yeah, I remember those days when we were juveniles crank calling people. That was the best time.
We used to do that to our teachers.
I did that to I had a French teacher. This is like, I think, freshman in high school. He looked like the guy off of the can of paint, the Dutch boy can of paint. He had like the hair, the blonde hair. And his name was Mr. Dukelith. I remember his name. Dukelith. And he like bounced around when he's walking, so his hair would bounce, right? And he was like super nice. Even though you like someone got in trouble in class, he would be totally nice about it. So one time we called him at 2 a.m. and we asked him if he wanted to buy something, if he wanted to buy like a sandwich or something. And he's like, no, that's okay. And we kept like trying to talk him into it. And he's like, no, I'm sure it's great. And I'm like thinking, this guy, we just woke him up at 2 a.m. and he's super like happy about it. So it's like, okay. But those are the days. I mean, when you're kids and you have no one around and you have no caller ID, that kind of thing. Yeah. Back in the day, those were some of the best times. You can't pull that now. It doesn't work.
No, you would definitely get caught.
You call someone and say, I woke up for a sandwich. What did you wake up for? Wow. It's probably because you just called them.
I can only imagine.
It was great. Ricardo says some VIP regular buyers are on beta eBay buyer program requiring immediate payment for requesting an offer. The process has been smooth so far. Well, I guess there's mixed opinions on that, but I would not be surprised if you see something very soon from eBay saying, yeah, it's not happening. Tommy says, my standards have changed now that I'm old as F Roman. I'd be happy to take old gal the horse trough, aka Golden Corral.
I told you their thread is very long. It goes on.
If it flips, it ships. Says carnivore diet. I only eat 3 eggs a day and 5 pieces of bacon. Yet I'm not hungry to figure. Plants.
Go figure.
Go figure. Go figure. Plants make you feel hungry. That's why people can't stop eating them and have all the health issues. Yeah, I can eat. Like I had a good salad today. I love salad, but I just don't see myself ever like getting rid of like.
He could never ever go without meat. Oh my God.
Ricardo wants to know if John buying the Malibu chicken and salad bar.
I love the Malibu chicken.
I like the beef tips.
I love the Malibu chicken.
That's what I get, the beef tips.
Dude, thank you, Ricardo.
But nothing like Sizzler ice milk when you're done with your meal.
No. Back in the day when you didn't know any better.
That stuff just wrecks your stomach.
That stuff will tear up your stomach after your Malibu
ice cream. No, that's not ice cream. That's ice milk. That's not the same.
It's nasty.
Jovial Juggler says, since I didn't receive notification, I had to go to my eBay and find the info and paid for the item later that evening. Assumed payment was automatic. Wonder if this happens to other. I'm sure it happens to others.
Oh yeah.
And they make an offer and they totally forget about it. They probably think, well, they probably denied it or didn't even see it. They're probably thinking you didn't see it as a seller.
Tommy, the next comment.
Archie, I'm easier than that. Roman noodles
Ramen.
and rum. Yeah,
Ramen.
well, Roman noodles, I'm sure too. Ramen noodles and Brokeback Mountain equals Smash Fest.
God.
Brokeback Mountain.
Oh my God, you guys.
Bernie Higgins says, if someone does a return, can they put negative feedback or no? If they do a return, they can do negative feedback. But once you receive the return, then the eBay has it set up. Once it's processed, usually like 2 or 3 days after you've processed the return, the feedback sent removed out of your profile. So it's the ones that they never send it back or never open a return, then you're stuck with it unless they've done things wrong in the messages and that type of thing. Let's see, go here. We got TikTok is in the house. Happy birthday. Thank you for the info.
Thank you.
And let's see. No one Design says, Tommy, ramen, something we should know.
Do you do the ramen noodles, then BB Mountain in that order?
Don't forget the peanuts.
Oh my God. Okay, stop. We're going to get kicked off.
Let's see. Kina, celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, Jenna.
Thank you.
Let's see. Prosser, I had a sale today that's going overseas and didn't say global shipping program. It said eBay international shipping. So yeah, they've changed it for you. I think for many, there's still some sellers out there that it doesn't say that on yet. Ramen noodles are actually good. Depends on where they end up or how they end up. Well, it depends. If you've been drinking, they might end up going out the wrong way. I don't know.
Oh, God.
I don't know. That might be what he's trying to say. Gail Carson says, our FedEx office closed here. They said they're cutting back in 2023.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Oh, by the way, speaking of, I believe Monday is Martin Luther King Day. So don't have to worry about shipping anything out on Monday. Yeah. So yay. It's always a fun time. So let's say.
But Tuesday could be a doozy.
Yeah, we'll just do it on Monday. Biff Buffalo says, FedEx has hosed me so many times. The surcharge in the past, I've abandoned them. Same here. And it's weird how they keep contacting me. I don't know.
This guy that reaches out to him is relentless.
He's like a rep in the area and this, that, and other thing. And it's like, we can help you with this when you, if you ever decide to scale up to a warehouse, we can do all these things. I don't know. The more you spend in labels with them, the better the discount and all this stuff. It sounded good. But you know what? If I have to play the game with like contacting you like every week to get something fixed that shouldn't have been there in the first place, then hey, I'm not really all that interested. Let's see. If it flips it ship says, I just increased price by 50% on 15% of my listings because I'm not racing the bottom. It's bad for the overall market. I agree with that. And at the same time though, if you have high competition, you're just going to have a harder time maybe selling that. Maybe up your this is increase the 50 to 50 on 15%. But if you up your promoted listings, you might be able to get away with a higher price, that kind of thing. Mad Hatter's Boutique says FedEx charged my $22 because they said my bag was 10 inches tall and not 6 inches because they puffed it tall. I learned quickly not to ship large bags or plan them to give your packaging extra inches in size. Yeah. Let's see. FedEx lower price is a trap. Don't be fooled because once you use them, the surcharges hit you. Yeah, that's the thing. That's frustrating though. All these surcharges should be up front. Hey, this is what we're selling you the label for. If you do these things of the package, expect these surcharges to happen. Maybe that kind of thing. But I mean, half the people would only read it, but still I would have and would have not been out $300.
Dang, Victor has approximately 1,000 boxes in his garage.
Yeah, but that takes up
they're
space.
All folded.
But see, that takes up space. So if I had a warehouse, it'd be a little different, and I'm looking at 3,000 packages in a year, potentially, let's say 1,500 boxes I have to use if I wasn't using the poly bags. $1 a box is an extra $1,500 a year rather than 10 cents a poly bag, which would be like 150. So I'm looking at all the different variables. Adrian C says I'm on vacation, but I snap a few pictures before I leave. Right. So that's kind of what I do. Mr. Wakadanas, I'm watching from the UK. Love your insights into reselling into eBay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Huh?
Weekend does.
Weekend
does. Mr. Weekend does.
Okay, that's fine.
Right?
Trina says pad thai. No One Design says hit the like button. Let's see what we have here.
You get a sale.
Tommy says you aren't looking at the big picture, John. Flex like 1985 Hulk Hogan with a ton of whatnot sales. Tell people you sell 200 items a day and you get $100,000 subs, even though you don't make a penny. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you sell an item on whatnot and you start off your bidding at $1 and it sells at $1, you're losing money because after the fees, you still got to pay whatnot. And that's why a lot of people start off at $2 to $3 and get no sales on that item. It's time, like you spend 2 to 3 hours, and it's 2 to 3 hours. You could have actually listed like a third of that stuff. And maybe because a lot of people are buying that stuff are resellers anyway. So you're just pretty much giving your sourcing up, I think. I mean, I might find myself like doing that with stuff. It's just like, look, I'm not interested in listing this crap. I've got other stuff that I want to list and it's just going to sit. Otherwise, you might see me do something like that just for fun, maybe, but not as a business model. Who's your picks is maybe I'm the odd one, but when I make offers on something I buy, constantly go into the app to see if it's accepted. I don't forget it and wait for an email. You're not the odd one, but it's not common. I mean, most people just kind of shop randomly and they don't hear back from you because eBay dropped the ball and didn't send you a message. They're just gonna like think that, well, maybe you didn't get the offer or just didn't accept it.
LSG is
gross merchandise value, gross merchandise volumes, GMV, usually referring to the total value of merchandise sold over a given period of time. Yeah, Tommy, those acronyms, like with me, I'm not the smartest guy, so I'll kind of play it off like I know what the hell you're talking about sometimes, but I'm learning here.
Okay, I'll ask you. I'm just very, very upfront. I will ask you.
LSGS Rob's in the house. What's up, Johnny boy? Hey, how you doing, Rob? What's your goals for this year? Sales, store size, etc. Goals for this year is to try to normalize, get back to the sales I was doing the last couple of years before 2022. And that means sourcing better, getting crap. That's what I did, get crap out of my main store and have a higher ASP as a result. Hopefully that doesn't kill my sales, but I'm going to build up the size of the store so that it doesn't. So that's kind of the goal.
By building it up to where we have thousands of listings, building it up with the dollar amount is more so what the goal is.
Trina says not every category requires free returns for Top Rated Plus, but they all require same or next day shipping. So yeah, I definitely have that on mine. Mark Sudick says good luck if you win the lottery, but we'll all lose in a big way because I'm sure we'll stop flipping and being on here as well. No. He
would not give this up no matter what our bank account looked like. This is his life.
I've been doing this for years, guys. I've been selling stuff, like pool tables for people.
I can't get him to come to bed some nights. Are you kidding?
But we're going to be flipping on a higher level, right? We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking like I'm going to be one of the eBayers that eBay caters to. One of that, the high end eBayers, the ones that a lot of us despise.
You know what?
I'm going to be
that guy. We can all dream, right?
Yes. I'm like, yeah, I only made $10,000 a day. My sales are down, and you guys are going to be on here like totally not being able to relate with anything I say and the complaints that I'm making. Now, so
me, on the other hand, I'm buying a farm. Land.
Blithering Rando says today I had a person send a question on an item asking if I'd help them sell their similar item. I explained that it would be likely against policy and how to do it themselves. Wow.
Tell them to go to Flippin' Ain't Easy on YouTube.
How to downsize your store. Let's see. Trina says free returns is required for Blue Shield in all categories. For a few categories, don't require free returns. You just don't get the shield on your listings. But I think most people are oblivious to the shield and the different badges that they give.
Yeah, I don't think you shouldn't care what that
Mad City Reselling got arrested when he was 13 for prank calling.
Oh, dang.
I don't even want to say it was multiple calls. I was in big trouble. Wow.
Oh, shoot. I wonder, what were you saying? I mean, why would you get
You
arrested?
must have had the
Did you call a cop or something?
you must have the caller ID on there.
The police chief?
Aunt White says, hey, fellow eBayers, I finally took the plunge and started bidding on storage units. Also network with a guy who does home and estate cleanouts. Got a great deal on stuff this weekend, $22. Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
You know, Archie I think he was into that thing. I'm sure he's open to it, but the idea of being disappointed with, a staged storage unit, one that's made to look good, but it's full of crap just so they can move it and make some money. Doesn't sound good to me. If it flips, as I know a guy called Dr. Fauci at 2:30 in the morning live stream. Wow. I'm sure they went after him.
I'm pretty sure that guy ended up in jail.
Let's see. Go down here. It's trying to catch up to you guys. I apologize. Tommy says, until FedEx ground as employees instead of running solely contractors, I want nothing to do with them. Unreliable is being very gracious. Yeah. They said they were trying to work and improve on that stuff, but I mean, I guess that's the company line. I like your Notre Dame hat. Is it a New Era 5950? That's not my hat. This is a Live Lucky hat. So look, you see, this is Live Lucky. It's just a golf hat. I'm a golfer and I try to get different colorways for the different outfits and stuff that I wear.
I know. Speaking of, you have a hat just like that in our store. That's not my hat, is it? Because I have the same blue hat.
No. That's one that I had a royal blue one of these with black. That's mine. And then
mine's white.
There's a royal blue that was with a white logo that I'm like, well, it's too close to what I already have.
Well, that's
there's new with the tag.
You didn't grab my hat, did you?
No, that was one I got for 50 cents at a yard sale. But yeah, these golf hats sell for like $25. There's nothing special on the back. Sometimes they have like the location of where you got it from.
Yeah, he's got to downsize his hat collection.
Yeah, so I might be putting some hats up because there's just too many. He
has a lot.
He's got like 6 Angels hats and this, that, and other thing, all kinds of golf hats. Tommy says, I already just read that one. Aunt says, I had a lady yesterday send me blueprints on how she wanted her item packaged.
Wow.
I almost hope for a negative review so I can respond to it. Yeah, it's like, come on, people. It's like,
my God, that's insane.
Yeah, people are just over the top. I've had that happen before too.
Yeah.
Danny Nafo says, Daily Refinement, which I think is who Tommy is talking about, is like Costco. He makes all of his money on Patreon subs, and his sellings are just a loss leader. And yeah, just for me, it's like, I just wonder, out loud, at what point does the eBay talk become irrelevant if you haven't listed an item in 6 months, a year, 2 years? And look, he's got some interesting things to say. I'll listen to his videos, the ones where he has like the Brady Bunch kind of thing going on with all the people.
Mm-hmm.
But I do. But just to listen to what other people are saying about their business, because those people are actually putting in the work.
How long can you pull off talking about eBay and how to do things when you're not even a seller?
Well, you basically, you're going back on what you used to do back in the day when things change.
eBay is like a constantly evolving door, and it's constantly changing. So what he could be talking about this week may not be happening, ever again.
Yeah. And I look, I don't have anything against Chris at all. I like Chris. I think he's I mean, she doesn't, because he talks about the same stuff on almost every other video. But I like tech. I think he's got some good insight and that kind of thing. But it just might as well just be his channel, that kind of thing.
No one decides says Jenna, offer him eggs and he will come to bed.
Okay, just can't get off the rails this time. Last year, when I started reselling, I listed several Sega Genesis games, and a year later, I noticed 15 of them were not listed $500 in value. Wow. Yeah, it happens where your items just like go missing. You find them when you're going through your inventory.
Yeah.
Danny's 100% glad you're smart enough not smart. Well, glad you are smart enough to get it. Imagine paying someone to teach you a business model. That's a loss leader. And, for me, look, I'm sure people do well with clothing. I've added clothing to some of the stuff. If I pick it up for $1 a piece, right? That's a safe investment to buy. But man, just to buy just pallets of clothing and just to make that work, and you're up against high competition. I guess it works for like tech and sports and that kind of thing and on eBay, but I just don't want that type of operation. I'd rather just have an item that's going to be faster to flip and less competition. Truman Hare says, if I won the lottery, I still would want to go out and hunt it down, then go fishing for that eBay cha-ching. Yeah, but I'd be able to do it on a larger level. I'd be able to buy the pallets I want. Maybe I can just go ahead and set up a business where I employ people and, just check in on it once in a while, right? And check on it remotely. There's a lot of, to me, I've seen a lot of big businesses on eBay that is just, I don't even know the name off the top of my head, but I think I have one or two saved. Just a hot mess. I'm talking, they use like 3 words in their title and they have like a ton of negative feedback and they make a ton of sales because they have a ton of stuff to put up. And I'm like, man, if I had that operation going, it wouldn't be anything like that. For me, I do something weird like that, even if I didn't need the money.
He'd be golfing a lot.
Imagine how much money David Refinement makes for all those Patreon memberships. $39.99, and it gets a testimonial through like, yeah, I can't imagine. But see, here's the thing: it's not so much about the content; it's about the community of people that talk and rub the ideas off of one another, right, more so than what they're saying.
But we do that for free.
Oh, yeah,
we have a community.
Yeah.
And we bounce ideas and share business models with each other for free.
Yeah.
We'll never.
I just never liked it. I've never liked it. I mean, it's you want to talk about cringy. That's, to me, it's kind of cringy. What kills me, I'll watch a video and I'm not going to, it's a different YouTuber. And it's like, okay, this is a cool topic. And then, but you're in your back of your mind, wait for it. Halfway through the video, it's a sales pitch.
Yeah.
And I can help you solve this problem if and it's like, oh, no, come on. No. It's maddening. Okay. So Bernadette says, I had a customer give me neutral feedback, and her comment was, I wasn't especially excited about this item. I had 100% positive feedback. Should I try to fight this? Well, see, here's the thing. You can say, would you like to return it? I'd be glad to give you, please return it. I don't want you to be unhappy. Please send it back. I'll give you a full refund. That way you can get it removed. But here's the thing. Negative feedback isn't as big of a deal as it used to be back in the day, like 10 years ago. People were really paranoid about negative feedback. Something like that, there's not anything you can fight, because eBay is going to say, the buyer has the right to leave their opinion only if they've tried to maybe extort you, maybe say, I need you to do this. If you can't do this for me, I'm going to leave a negative. Or if they start talking, hey, I want a partial refund, then that can be opened up as possible, extortion. But a lot of times those are the worst feedbacks that I can receive. I want them to say something.
We got our numbers.
I want them to send something that's really threatening or something like that, so I can get it off. But just kind of move on. Leave a reply and move on. Now you can always go into the tool and try to ask for a removal, but unless this person, whoever's dealing with it's not doing their job, they're going to deny it. So it's worth a shot, but then go in and put your comment to it. I don't think you ever lose that. FOMO, thrill of the hunt.
FOMO.
FOMO.
Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. I'm just oblivious. Gary Vee still hits garage sales when he is in New York, New Jersey. People see him all the time. So yeah, I've not seen Gary Vee. I have not even watched his videos. So maybe I'm the weirdo. I know who you're talking about though, because Archie talks about him all the time. If it flips the ships, if I had the beliefs eBay has, I would give you negative feedback and make it look like I had my head in my ass to blame everything on a glitch. Caesar Loza says, I sell vintage toys mostly. I want to cross-sell. Which platform do you recommend for that? Mercari, Poshmark, or Etsy? Thanks. So vintage, maybe Etsy. I know a lot of people that look for vintage stuff, crafts and stuff too.
Yeah.
But Mercari is not going to give you the best value. A lot of people looking for deals. Poshmark, maybe. There's a lot of more things.
I would
Poshmark.
say your best bet is to try each one of those platforms and see where you get the eyes the most.
Yeah.
I would start off with Etsy for one, and then I would go to Mercari. Poshmark, I would leave at the end, just because they're more. Yes, they have the option to do those types of things or merchandise, but for the most part, I would say Etsy is going to be your better bet. But I would try all of them, put them on all of them, and see where you're getting your most traffic.
Now, here's the hated sales pitch of the day. Check the link down below in the item description, in the video description. There's a link for a Prime Lister. You can get 14 days of cross listing with no credit card.
Can you
and
do Etsy on that one?
Yep, you can do Etsy, you can do Poshmark, you can Mercari, you can do for Facebook Marketplace. And what's cool about it is, and I said this on many, is that you can do offers to likers through the software. And of course, on Poshmark, we all hate to share our items to 1,000 people a day just to play their game. That software does it for you. And even if it's to do the free 100 listings just without obligating yourself, just to get started, it's worth trying. LSGS Rob says, I got to push back on the Daily Refinement channel. He may not have listed on eBay since the end of last summer. His channel is about reselling overall, not just eBay. What he's doing is working. Yeah, I mean, look, I commend the guy. Okay, so I commend the guy that the fact he's able to do what he does. I mean, he has a lot of good points, but what I think he doesn't do is he doesn't realize that not everyone is him. Not everyone can utilize their time the way he does. Not everyone, while in a perfect world, every reseller would be able to wake up in the morning and this 8.5 hours of just business, and everything else that comes along in life we ignore. But it's not that easy. It's not that simple. Most people that I know in reselling don't time themselves on how long it takes to do a listing. And it takes me a minute to do a listing, and shame on you for only taking 5. It's like, come on, that's not. I mean, some people
he's not realistic,
because see, he's been selling clothes for the longest time. You can't list certain items the same speed as clothing. I was doing clothing the other day. I'm like, yeah, this is easy. You have like 5 or 6 different things ways that you're taking a photo, and this, that, and the other thing. He's one of the first YouTubers I started watching when I, back in 2018, when I really started taking reselling more seriously, before they closed their office and all that. What I have a problem with a lot, and I don't say this a lot, is people that aren't real. And so I say that because there's been a number of times when I was just like a lot of you guys, looking up to a certain YouTuber or two, to try to get started, hey, want to know more, they would come on their videos and say, hey, email me if you have an issue. Email me if you have a question. Be glad to help you. And you email them and you get crickets.
0.
And it's like, wow. And it leaves you feeling like disappointed. Like, really? You tried again? Same kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, they're just saying that to get the views, right? Which kind of kills me when people try to say that to me, because, I can tell you, it may take a day or two to get back to you, but if you send me an email, I'll reply. I don't get to all my comments in the videos because there's just so many, but Instagram or emails, I'm always replying to people. So that is probably one thing that I've taken from some of the channels. I still watch the channel because, again, I'm trying to learn constantly. I don't have all the answers, and any kind of nugget or motivation that I can get, then that's good. But I think a lot of the value nowadays is from the little Brady Bunch thing that he has going on with all the people that are talking with each other about what they're doing. I
personally don't care for him.
Well,
and that's just,
it's really repetitive. Why 90% of sellers are going to fail in reselling. Why you're not going to make it.
Cup of tea. Okay, he's not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
I will walk out of a room if I hear him on the TV.
And I thought I was bad with analogies. I'll just put it that way. And that's all I'm going to say. Otherwise, I think he's a good guy. I think he's well-intended. I think he's doing well for himself. And I think because it's working for him, he thinks that's the way it has to be for most everyone. And that's kind of the problem that I have with that data, because I really don't feel the same way. Tommy says Froggy Flips gets most views on YouTube. Some videos for selling hasn't listed in like a year or better. Viewers are not very smart. But people are hungry for information. People are hungry to like, I want to be like, so you get an example of, wow, I can sell this. I've sold that. Look, I bought this. I flipped it for this. And people are like, wow, I want to do that too. I can quit my job and do that.
Pretty easy. Let me try.
Right. And then so they get a lot of views because of that. That's why you get like, Art of Resell. He kills it, right? Because he makes these videos, shows all the good stuff that he gets, and he puts his little thing on it, and he makes it entertaining, and people want to be like that. And no disrespect to Art, I think he's a great guy. I like those kind of videos. I think his video style is like very entertaining. Videos I would not normally watch. I would watch that because it's just really good entertainment for me. But I'm always looking for videos I can play in the background while I'm working. Let's see. LSGS Rob says if he's still on eBay, he'd be talking about the same stuff and making the same amount. Yes, he made a lot of money via Patreon and YouTube, but he still does well without with whatnot reselling. Yeah, he does a lot of that whatnot stuff. Trina says Chris is an army of folks who will defend him with the paragraph that alone has value. Yeah, he has a lot of people that swear by it, and you know what? There's a lot of people that have done well because of it. But I can tell you, it's the same information that if they'd watched information, videos from different resellers, they would have picked up on their own at some point. Janet says, hit the thumbs up. Only 5 showing. Is that right? I think we have.
You have to close.
Hopefully, we have more. Sorry, guys, if you're not happy with the video. If you watch every DR videos, daily refinement videos, they all sound like commercials for his Patreon page. It's hard to make content. It's hard to make content on YouTube.
Well, there's 65.
A lot of it just kind of feels like the same message over and over again. Tommy says there's definitely money in clothing. I know lots of people that make great profit in clothing. Him and tech just wash money to make numbers look big. None of their sheep actually crunch the numbers. So, I don't know. Look, I think I've seen screenshots of, his accounts and this, that, and the other thing. I don't know how you can really fake that. I'm not doubting his success at all, but I just don't know. I like genuine people. I like people that are genuine. I like to be genuine myself. So it's like, if I'm out here doing it, being genuine, putting myself out here, I'd like to see it when I'm watching a video. That's kind of how I feel. LSGS Rob says, I don't agree with everything he says. A lot of what they say about reselling as a whole does work when you apply it. I'm not a Patreon member, but I've applied a lot of their stuff and it does work. Yeah, this is good information on a lot of levels. Rage 508 cards in grails. Awesome stuff. Yeah, in grails. Awesome stuff, guys. I've sold 80K in sales solo as a smaller store in past year and a half with sports cards and collectibles and used sneakers and retro fashion grails for my own closet. 100%. Yeah, I got to say that's really awesome. When you're selling things that you like to sell, there's just nothing like it. You're comfortable with it.
The day go by so fast, and it's just when you're enjoying what you're selling, there's so much more fulfillment you get from it.
Yeah, I have a special going on right now, guys. If you hit the like button and don't get a sale in the next 24 hours, you get your money back. So please hit that like button. The flipping sports guy says, Rob, a lot of guys stuff they say that works is pretty much common sense. It is common sense, but you know what? People are so new to the platform sometimes, and that's what kind of kills me too, is you got a lot of new people who are just eager to shell out money instead of being told, hey, go check out my other videos and don't pay $39.95. You'll figure out the same stuff. I just don't like it when people get taken advantage of, and that's why you're not going to ever see me come out with a video set. I mean, there's other channels that will. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. Flipping 80 is a money back guarantee. Yes, that money back guarantee.
That's right.
See if I can catch up here. Mad Hatter's Boutique. I've had people comment amazing coat or great shoes, and I sold them a hat. It's positive feedback, so I keep it and move on. Yeah,
that's right.
Flipping sports cards guy, but a lot of people just don't have that. I clearly didn't, and after applying a lot of what they say, it's changed my business. Yeah, there's a lot of good information, but it's just, you got to sort through it.
Information that one particular person or seller can give that a lot of other sellers are giving out the same information for free.
Yeah, I you know what, that would be a good idea. Maybe I can buy
John bought
eBay.
eBay. Did he
Buy eBay, and I
preach
can.
about himself? Yes. Wouldn't that be a
No, if I bought
that-
eBay, things would get fixed, okay? And I'd send
Oh,
every
man.
buyer a message. This is what's happening. If you don't like it, go to Bonanza. There's a lot of sellers waiting for you there. Trina says, I'm not saying there's no value in following someone like Daily Refinement. It's just odd how diehard people get him and Nicole State cult-like following. Just an observation.
Yes, I agree completely, Trina.
Yeah.
I think that's what my whole thing is.
You guys are putting me in a bad spot, though. I mean, one day I'm going to be in like a YouTube-like thing, and I'm going to have to, you know.
Hey, you don't have to.
I just telling you how I feel. Look, I'm disappointed in the guy because he's not the real guy I thought he was when I first started selling.
Yeah.
And that's always going to stick with me until, you know, I do see the guy face to face. It's probably the first thing I'm going to say is like, dude, have you ever checked your email? Because I sent you 2 emails and, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see. Buying eBay would be great if we could get rid of the board of directors that are clueless how to run it. I think that's having a board of directors is kind of required, though, isn't it, for a company that has stock options and stuff?
Well, I mean, obviously the ones they have in there aren't doing a very good job.
Paul, if I win the lottery, I'll buy the Browns. That would be kind of sad, though. The Browns, though. The Browns, I mean, I'd like my Raiders. I mean, when was the last time the Browns won anything? I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully you're not a Browns fan, but I just.
It sounds like he may be.
The Patreon group. Well, he had a little laughing face, so
okay.
It might be just a joke.
Maybe.
The Patreon group is more of an accountability group, in my opinion. I'm sure there's a lot more info in theirs, but that is not for me. Far too many people rag on them, but they're all doing well. A lot of them are doing well. A lot of them do well.
You think they're doing well.
But it's more about the people that look. It's the sense of accountability with each other, I think, is where they're at on that. So I get that. I see that all the time, and they're feeling like they're accountable to each other, this, that, and the other thing. That's something, if you're on eBay Island, it's better to have that than to be on eBay Island when you're getting no information, you're not interacting with anyone, you're not watching any YouTube videos, and you're kind of trying to figure it out on your own. You're making the mistakes that people are telling you not to make on YouTube. And I think there's value in that. So I'm not gonna piss on Chris's parade. I just wish he was a little bit more human and authentic than he is. And that's the thing. It's about maybe the first impression thing. So when that happened to me as just a viewer, I was really thrown back by that. And I was like, wow, really? So it kind of disappoints you. And that doesn't mean the value of the information is bad. It's just that it leaves that bitter taste in your mouth and you're like, wow, I just don't know. But that's kind of how I feel about it. Let's see. I've had the rare mental buyers leave a negative comment under positive feedback section. Seen this lately, anyone? I've seen that. I've seen people leave a negative in a positive because they didn't know where to change to negative.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy with that.
They can't change it once they've done it. So
Chris Wiley says, what's the difference between Prime Lister versus List Perfectly in your opinion? I know that Prime Lister has done a lot to change their software. I think List Perfectly kind of keeps everything. You can go on and log into List Perfectly, and I'm talking here. She acts like it's her birthday or something. So you log into List Perfectly, and I think you can kind of manage all the stuff, like where everything is. I think that's the difference. But with Prime Lister, I don't know if List Perfectly has this, but on Mercari and Poshmark, you can make offers to people who are watching your items. It'll go in like every 10, 30 seconds. It'll like send it to where it doesn't think it's a bot. And I'm pretty sure that they don't have that for Posh, where you can send the or send your closet out to the people who are following you. We have like, how many people following us on Poshmark? Like,
oh God, over 100.
We have where does it say?
Followers.
109,000 followers.
Did you refresh it? Because I don't know that.
That's not going to grow that much. We're not all that active. It's 109,000 followers. So you build the followers, right? And then you get, more people to watch your items that'll see the stuff. It'll be sent to their their notifications and stuff like that. And I just don't know if List Perfectly has that. I know List Perfectly is like $10 more. And, some people like to use, there's a free one out there too. There's I forgot what it's called. I think Tommy may have used it, or someone else may have used it, and it doesn't cost anything, but there's a lot to be desired. I think it doesn't have a lot of those extra features. Tommy thinks he'll be banned on Whatnot soon. He's tried to cut corners on every platform, and look what happened. Terrible business person, but preys on gross numbers to sheep. Yeah. Let's see. Trina says they will try to turn everyone into corporate retail style robots. Let's figure out how much time we can save if you can only move your arm a certain way during your shift. It's too much. Yeah, there's a certain joy in reselling. And if I feel like I'm doing a 9 to 5, I'll just go get a 9 to 5, right? There's more consistency in that than reselling. Blithering Rondo says Chris has the smartest this smartest guy in the room complex, and that doesn't work well for helping people in different situations. Tech is way more helpful things to say. I really think Tech is that guy's on point with a lot of stuff. I mean, he's just on point with a lot of stuff. I wish he had a channel, because I would definitely listen to that.
Maybe that's the value.
It might be, because I do know that he listens.
Why they are there is for him and not for Chris.
Well, I think there's a little bit. I think there's still a fan base.
I don't know. I think this is a conversation that's gone.
Yeah, it's gone too far. And I feel bad, because look, I don't, like I said, I don't dislike Chris at all. He's doing his thing, and good for him. But at the same time, we all have our feelings about certain YouTubers. I'm sure there's people out there who can't stand me. They think I'm just a PUD, whatever.
Yeah, what do they call us? A
cringe couple.
Cringe couple.
We're the best cringe couple on YouTube.
We are the best cringe couple on the internet.
Rages says the right clothing items are more rare. Pieces from Polo, Nike, SB, Adidas, T-shirts are gold if you know what you have. Yeah, like those concert shirts, and like there's a yard sale I'm going to go to. They have like nothing but new Adidas, Nike, and stuff with tags. So I'm trying to work a deal where I can get like a good deal on those, and nothing like new with tags. I'd rather sell new with tags merchandise if I can get it over anything. Let's see. Get off of that subject here. I'm about to click on that subject again. Trying to catch up. So we all have our feelings about certain YouTubers. So, that is what it is. I don't think that there's anything that's going to change it, whether some of us think one YouTuber has an issue or over another. Next, it'll be a different channel, But look, at the same time, I watched a lot of these people that we're talking about, not so much for them, but for the data, for the information. But a lot of times I'll leave the video just shaking my head, trying to sell us something again, or
Hickey Ricky, it's about time.
Sorry I'm late. I was watching Top Gun. Well, that's a good movie.
Okay,
so that's good.
All right. We'll let you slide.
LSGS Rob says, I do very well selling clothing. I have only gotten better. I was doing well when I was selling electronics, moved to clothing because I hit a ceiling on inventory and fraud was out of control. Mm-hmm. You know what? I got the same. I feel the same way about selling electronics, in that it's kind of the first thing I look at, but then I just kind of talk myself out of it. There's a lot of stuff that I have stuff in the garage that it's like, okay, I guess I'll list it. I haven't listed it yet. And a year or two ago, I would have been like excited to list it. So it's not as exciting to me. It just kind of lost its appeal, I guess.
Trina said, cringe couple t-shirts, make it happen.
Probably should.
That's funny.
But and guys, we do have merch. If you guys like Flippin' Ain't Easy, the channel,
I was just looking at our merch too.
Yeah,
it's I'm gonna do some. I think I want to flip to a different site. So
yeah, we think it's kind of high.
We think the prices are a little just too high.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't buy a t-shirt for that much.
Well, we actually did.
Well, we did.
We bought our own. They didn't even sell us. They didn't send us.
You don't even get samples. So I'm gonna try and work on that, in my spare time. But see if I can figure that out.
Rage says, I always try to pass on info to others when I can, when most want to keep to themselves or lock it behind Patreon. And I believe in good karma. Yeah, if you're saying to me as a viewer, I've got all these great things to say on this topic, but join my Patreon and you're going to find out all the other stuff. It's like, well, that's kind of crappy. It's like, why don't you just give me your best? Here's the thing. And I was going to make a video on this. And I still might. But the truth is about YouTubers is, especially if you have 100,000 subs, you're making thousands of dollars a month just off. Forget the memberships, forget everything else. You're making that just off of the videos. If you have like 10,000 views, that type of thing, you're making pretty good money. I mean, I had a video that the Informac video I made like 2 weeks ago. That thing went nuts. I don't make videos that seem to go nuts, but that one went nuts. And I think what YouTube is paying me like $300 to $400 at some point they'll be paying it to me for that video, and it just growing. So and my videos don't go that. I mean, like 1,000 or 2,000 here and there. Yeah, well, they'll virals even more than that, but those people are making money. They're making a lot of money on YouTube. And to me, there's no need to get greedy about it. Look, you spent your time making the videos. Why are you going to keep building? I guess, look, the truth is people look at the YouTube as a business. Okay. And once you get so far into YouTube, you start looking at it as more of a business than something I want to do, unfortunately, to help people. Now, that's always been my goal. But you got to understand that YouTube is still it's another money stream, right? So that's why you're going to see someone like a YouTuber who maybe does some eBay. They're not going to struggle as much as the everyday eBayer because they've got that income to fall back on, and all they got to do is make another video that gets you to watch to make that money stream. So,
but for us, the value for YouTube for us is not the money that he gets every month. We don't make that much off of YouTube, but the value for us is the community that John has built. I mean, I'm just only recently been coming on the channel. I don't know how much value I bring.
Well, you're about the reason why half of these people are still watching. I'd probably have 53 people watching instead of 116.
Stop it. You have more information, but what I'm trying to say is the value is the community, the people that share their experiences and we share ours, and we can talk about the ins and the outs of the business and know that we're not going to be judged. Well, there's trolls, but there are always trolls.
Yeah.
But we can share all this information together and talk about things and ask questions. When I'll never forget when we first started talking at our old job, John's favorite saying to me, because every time I came on the line, was, I have a stupid question. And he would tell me there are no stupid questions.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what your question may be. You could ask, why is the sky blue? John's going to try and explain it to you. He might have a thought in the back of his mind. However, he's going to address you respectfully and, give you an answer. And if he doesn't have the answer, he's either going to find it or show you where to find it.
Yeah.
So that's the value of what you get from Flippin' Ain't Easy.
Yeah. And it's like I said many times, it's like a void that this channel is kind of a void, because for many years I worked in that department. And for many years I worked in that department, and we had to have pass a specialty test. We had to know our stuff to even be over there, and to get people to call me and they're like, hey, I need your help. I liked actually helping people. And it's like you're on eBay Island when you're not working anymore. You're doing eBay, and it's like, man, I miss those days, right? So that's kind of what this channel is. I mean, I may not have all the answers, but I still try to polish up my knowledge.
He will do the work to try to help you find the answer, or he'll give it to you if he doesn't have it. We don't have all the answers. We are not the smartest resellers in the business. We do bad all the time. Every day we make mistakes, but you know what? We are willing to learn every single day.
So Prosser says, if you're the cringe couple, that makes us the cringe family. So
oh my
family.
God, that's a shirt. Cringe family.
Tommy says, it's not all YouTubers look at Pete. John, I'm assuming you're saying John, Cincinnati Picker, and many others. They kill it. Never try to take a penny from anyone. They're genuine people. Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
Picky Ricky says, I've made 2 videos. One of them has had about 270 views. The other has 130.
Wait, he has a YouTube
I don't
channel?
know
What's your channel name?
that. Maybe Picky Ricky.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe a different one.
Sorry, I
Mill
am
Design
blonde.
says, yeah, John is correct. We all come here to see Jenna. John is just the egg.
Oh, stop.
So the truth comes out. The truth comes out. On Monday, she's going to be sitting here by herself.
Oh, no. You won't get me here by myself.
Jenna increased the quality exponentially. See how that works?
My screen, and I only see that in the right half.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm going to cry. This is everyone, even the ones that charged, learned it all from others for free. I think that's right. Or experience, that kind of thing. Anytime Picker says, me and Tommy will watch Daily Refinement after John and Jenna live and join the membership, buy merch, and so on. I should maybe give away like maybe the 20,000 subscriber like live stream, give away a Daily Refinement membership.
That's not no, you're gonna get a cringe family.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay? That's cringy. Okay, sorry. If it flips, it ships. I love this channel. John speaks truth and he's reserved for best interest, and Jenna has been a great addition. My advice would be to apply yourself. You can do anything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. She's
thank you.
I'll tell you this. And then we got Susan Pendoha. I want to know the right pronunciation. Pendoha. Okay, from Fort Worth. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button, guys. Yes. That's really all I ask for. So look, there's been times where we've talked about, when things like in 2022, when things were just kind of rough, to maybe go back to like the corporate world and try to go in and write up my resume. I mean, you see the awards that I've won behind me and Jenna from the last place. Those aren't like here. You like had perfect attendance awards. These are we'll fly you back to Washington D.C. and you have a big banquet with the president, and only one award is given for this kind of thing every year, kind of award, and that's happened twice. So I do have the ability to go back to the corporate sector, but the truth is, if I'm being honest, I may not even have told you this, but I enjoy what I do.
Oh, you tell me that all the time.
No, but that's part of the reason. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy doing videos. I enjoy the community of people. There's a number of people that we've met now that we wouldn't even have known. So if that means that I'm not making as much maybe as I would make in the corporate world, but even then, I don't even think the economy, there's a lot of jobs out there. I just don't think the good ones are easy to come by, especially for someone who's been out of the game for over 3 years now. That's not going to shine very well on a resume. So that's just me being open and candid to everyone. I really enjoy what I do, and that's why I do it. That's why you don't see this channel where there's a lull in between videos, because I enjoy doing it. It's not hard for me to make a video. The only thing that's hard is to find something that you guys will want to watch and not just say, oh, this is just a filler video. So it's important to me to get good information out to you, but sometimes I've already talked about something, or it's not something that the masses are going to want to watch. And I want to build a channel. It's kind of a fun thing. It's like, I think it's kind of like any game you play. You're trying to do the best that you can. And that's kind of the way I look at this whole YouTube thing.
So everybody go subscribe to Picky Ricky's channel.
Yeah.
And thumbs up his videos. Let's get him going. Let's pump him up.
Picky Ricky, I've heard some accents on YouTube that are just horrible.
Yeah. You know horrible. What? I enjoy a good accent. Okay.
I don't.
People think we have accents, and that's weird to me.
I cringe when I get a call from eBay or call eBay.
Okay, not that kind of an accent.
Yeah, I mean, I just cringe because it's like the happy words, and you're reading don't read from a script, Ricky. Just don't do it.
Don't be an eBay rep.
Be yourself. But certain accents are bad. Just the ones that are overly happy and just kind of just make me cringe. Blithering Rondo says, I finally got a sale today. The like work been a slow day. See, that's one less person is going to ask for their money back. Tommy says, yep, there's an occasional headache being self-employed. Definitely different barriers, struggles, but way better than a humping cardboard all day for UPS. I take it you used to work for UPS.
Yes, he said that last time.
Here's the thing.
That's
I had
heck
this
of a visual.
I had this
Tommy.
man. I was a supervisor I had my own department. I had this manager. She wasn't even over my department, right? I had her colleague was the manager, and this person would come over like on a daily and just give me crap and make my day horrible.
Which one are you talking about?
Pitts.
Oh,
Yeah. And that was horrible, and it really was one of those things. It actually made me feel just ill, dealing with it. It was a lot of stress, and I rarely have days like that. I don't have the same kind of anxiety and stuff that I used to have.
Yeah.
With
we
just
can go to
certain
the
people.
bathroom whenever we want, and it doesn't have to be under 5 minutes. We could go sit on the toilet for 30 minutes if we need to.
We should do
Just
that after the
saying.
show.
No, we're gonna go.
It ain't easy to make ends meet unless you kiss the ring. If it flips and ships, I'm down 50% the last 30 days. Carl says, which of these do you prefer, a YouTuber who sells or a reseller who does videos? Probably the first one, a YouTuber who sells. Because that person.
Wait, aren't they the same? A YouTuber.
Well, okay, a YouTuber sells
or a reseller who does videos.
Well, okay, I think what he means is
Isn't that the
I think what he
same
means
thing?
is a YouTuber that does mostly selling, and this happens to kind of like what we do. And then or a reseller who just look, I made it in YouTube and I'm going to buy product just so I can make a video out of it. So for me, it's not, the latter is not so real. I mean, the headaches of running a business is like, okay, no big deal. I make all kinds of money on YouTube. If you guys ever want to find out what a YouTuber makes, go over to socialblade.com and enter in the channel name, and you'll see a lot of very, very interesting stuff, what the videos make and stuff. And in some cases, those numbers aren't even close. It's still, those numbers are low. Let's see. Picky Ricky says, anytime you guys got to force me to actually make some content for you. Yes,
do it.
Yes.
You don't need a GoPro. No, you don't. You just need
we're not even there yet.
Use a phone.
Oh, okay.
Just use a phone.
Well, video. 24 years driving for them. Love the customers and job, but they made it brutal when they what they expected. Okay.
Well, I'm trying to get my son to go apply at UPS.
Reseller that does videos. Very few make 100% living off reselling. Must have pension, spouse income, or other job. Yeah. Picky Ricky says, I just took an HD camera down off my eBay and started using that. So yeah, that's all you need is your phone, really.
That's all you need.
If it flips, says Tractor Supply was selling chicken feed that decreased the egg laying process. I seen this today. Wow.
Is that real?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Tractor Supply was selling chicken feed that decreased the egg laying process.
I don't doubt it.
Is there some kind of hormone in there making them not produce?
Just read the book 1984. That's where we're living that right now. Fireball Flipper says, I started making content with just my phone, but it's slow going and will for sure take some practice. You can do it. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, you have a channel too? Let's go. We support each other here.
Great job for a young person. It doesn't suck until you have family. Yeah, the whole grind.
Well, he's young and he doesn't have that. He doesn't have his own family yet,
I think he's talking about the UPS gig. Right?
Yeah, for Tyler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mad Hatter's Boutique. Thanks, John. I've had a great day. Birthday dinner. Jenna wants some.
Bling Factor came. Carolyn.
Oh, okay. I want some yum coconut soup and seafood pad thai now. Yeah, we're gonna have to go get some. Where? Oh yeah. Hey, Carolyn, you made it. You might have to watch the replay. Well, guys, we're about an hour and 48 in. This is kind of the longest video that we've done. Thank you. We have 115 people that have hung in with us the whole time. Sometimes eBay makes promises and, it gets us all excited and we think we're going to, have immediate payment for these offers. And at some point we just have to accept that they're not going to follow through with some of these promises and not get so worked up and just, have the mentality that I'm not going to believe it until I see it. And, hope for the best, like someone said, plan for the worst, hope for the best kind of thing. But yet it's just another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have a great weekend. Remember, Monday, no shipping. So take a little time off if you need to. But we'll have the live stream on Monday. So we'll see you guys then.
Thank you, everybody,
Yes.
for all the birthday wishes and all of the, what are they, super stickers?
They're super chats.
Super chats. Thank you so much. You guys truly are the best.
Awesome.
We love you.
Yes.
We hope you have a great weekend.
Take care, everyone.